So from there, I parlayed it into my own band and hooked up with a couple guys out of a band called White Fox. I think you remember in the day, White Fox and
absolutely.
Light Years, Mike Regina and Larry Campanella.
Mm-hmm.
Hooked up with a drummer, Steve Sadowski, and we became Skeleton Crew back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yes, I remember Skeleton Crew.
And we started out at a club. We got hooked up with Apollo artist Freddie Baker, and then he put us in the Liberty Bell, which would since fizzled out from its heyday. I think our first show we had 5 people sitting at the bar, and this was a huge place. And then they had like a wall that in the middle of it, they closed it off. So we started out with 5 people, and I'd say about 3 to 4 months into playing there over and over again, we built up a following. They finally opened up that partition.
Oh wow!
And we had filled up the place. The word got around, and then it just kind of, like I said, started rolling. And what we did, and what all of us, I mean, every musician, tinkers with Van Halen at one time or another, but it seemed to be our niche, you know what I mean? And we just, we kind of threw that at the end and we saved it,
Right.
So we kind of did our opening sets with mixed stuff. And then at the end, we did this Van Halen set. And that kind of like lit on fire. It was like, like everybody just came for that.
Wow.
Because we did everything. We just kind of like, wore the outfits and did the show. And man, it just like we started getting bigger and bigger and better rooms. We became not the the B band. We went from B band to B plus, and then finally the A band.
Right.
And then that just kind of exploded into, or I would say kind of morphed into the tribute.
Okay.
And long story made even longer. It turned into Van Halen Nation with the different variations. We just named it because, people would scratch their head. Well, what's Skeleton Crew had to do with Van Halen? And it's like, well, absolutely nothing. But it was just a name at the time to put behind a cover band that became a Van Halen tribute.